Welcome back to a new video here at Seekers of Wellness. As you might have already understood by the title of this video, I am going to teach you how to play a singing bowl. So, starting off with the most important aspects before we actually start playing our singing bowl is how to hold it. So, we need to sort of create a small space on our palm to place it. So we almost point our fingers down and away from our palm. That creates a better sound for the bowl. So we're not captivating the sound or isolating it, like diminishing the sound from our hand by cupping the bowl like this. So we do not want to do this. We want to rather keep it as flat as possible. And also worth to mention is to not use any jewelry or any sort of metal on your hands. That can also diminish the sound. So when we're ready, there's two ways of playing the singing bowl. We can either rim it or we can hit it. I'm going to start by showing you rimming it. So we need a little striker. And with rimming, we do not hit before and then start rimming. But we rather just start moving the striker along the top rim of the bowl. And when we do this, the sound is naturally just going to appear. You can hear it already here. So there's a few tips when we're rimming. We do not want to hear a crackling sound. That means we're playing too fast. So the faster we play, the more intense the sound is going to be. But we still want that nice, even tone throughout the whole bowl. So we're moving sort of the striker from the middle above and just around. Notice how my hand is almost still in the top, or how the lower part of the striker is moving around, but the top part of the striker is almost centered all the time. So as you notice, we can create quite an intense sound. And if we want to try to slow that down or make it a bit more gentle, we can just go back or move slower. So the faster we move, the more intense. And the more pressure we put onto the rim, the more intense it will be. So now I'm playing really gentle. Alright, so that is the rimming. The sound will continue for a while. You might not hear it in the camera, but I can still hear it now for a while. Alright, we'll stop that. Then there's always the technique as well of hitting. And there's two different ways of hitting a bowl. This is quite a small bowl, so I most often wouldn't hit this with a soft mallet, but this is a hard mallet, so a striker. And that's the way we strike a bowl with a high pitch. It creates this beautiful sound. It sort of brings in the attention for the listener again. So it's great to sort of activate, or if we want to hit a bowl and create this attention around it, it's perfect to hit a high pitch. Then there's also the soft mallet. And when we hit with the soft mallet, we will hear the lower tones of the bowl instead. So we always hit the actual bowl in the top rim around, but you will hear lower frequencies now. So that's the two most important parts of how we hit. So we use a soft mallet for the lower tones, and we hit with a hard mallet for the higher pitches of the bowl. And these bowls are perfectly nice to use and play in your home to sort of cleanse out any energies. You could walk around the room in all corners of the room, covering and playing, singing the bowl. And in that case, I usually like to rim it, and then I sit down and play a bit in the middle of the room or wherever I feel called to, and I might combine it with a few hits of the higher pitches and also the lower pitches. So that's a great way to use a little smaller bowl. I also have another option here, which I want to talk about. It's from my chakra series bowls. And I use this when I do my sound healings on people, and I also use it for all my sound baths that my clients attend to. And this is the B bowl, so it's the highest pitch of the bowl. It's for the crown chakra. I have all the bowls here beside me, but I thought I'd just pick any of them actually to show you sort of how bowls can be built in different ways for different purposes. So since I host a lot of sound baths and I work with the chakra system when I have my private sessions, this one is sort of a bit thicker rim. And the rim means we have this part. It's a bit thicker than some other bowls. Like a universal bowl is a bowl that you use to place on the body. And for that purpose, the bottom of the bowl will be a bit thicker and the rim will be thinner. And this also has a purpose, of course, and it is because of where the rim is the biggest or the thickest is where the vibrations will travel. So if we have a thick rim and a top part of the bowl that is a bit thicker, it will transfer a lot of sound outwards towards the sides, whereas if the bottom is thick instead, it will vibrate a lot downwards. So that won't create as much of a sensation for people in a group practice, for example, but it will enhance your practice in a private session when you can place the bowls on the body. You will really feel the vibration penetrate your whole body then. So that's why I have this one to show as well. I do want to show you guys how I strike this bowl when it's planted on the floor. So I'm going to do that now. I will just readjust the camera a bit. So same applies now. I'm going to use the soft mallet. I hold on to the bowl so it won't rock, and then I strike on the top. And if you're close, you can even see the vibrations around and feel the vibrations around the bowl. We can also play with the striker instead. It's still vibrating quite a lot right now, but you can't sort of hear it in the same way in the camera, I assume. You can hit with a high pitch. Two other things worth to mention if you want to play two others or invite this into a sacred practice for someone else is that when you play the bowl, you should always play in a pyramid position or a pyramid sort of shape. So we start by one side of our body and then the other and then above. So a triangle. But if you're in a physical pace where you can move around the body fully, I would advise you to play from the side, front, back, and top. So we're sort of creating that pyramid shape, and that's to captivate all the energy and to play for the full capacity of the bowl. So that's a great tip to always think about. And if the person is laying down, which is quite common in sound baths and sound healing overall, we play still side, and above. So if I'm laying down, I would play left and right and above either the head or above the third eye. It depends on what sort of bowl. What's important to think about when we play around a person's head or aura or vessel in general is that we need to think about the approximate from the body or from the head so that we keep the same distance in each direction. So if I hold the bowl about 20 centimeters, for example, I want to continue holding that sort of space around the whole time and not come a lot closer on just one side. All right, so that is that. And then the most important part of this whole practice of playing the singing bowls is how we set intentions for playing. And I can't stress this enough. It's so important to be in the right mindset yourself when you are practicing the singing bowls. So you need to sit down. Perhaps it's a great idea to start meditating a bit before. You can also do a humming sensation, because activating our throat will be a great practice for when we start doing a lot of sound baths. We can also use our voice for healing. Saying that, when you set an intention, you just need to be pure in what you want to bring into your client or into the person that you're playing for, even if it's a friend, a family member, or a partner. Anyone that you're playing for needs to get that nice intention, and it's the intention combined with the vibration from the singing bowl that will give this full healing. All right, I think that's pretty much about it, what I want to mention in this video. So if you do like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, as I will be posting more of sound healing, like advices and sound baths. Also, of course, a lot of yoga and meditation will be posted on this channel. And don't forget to give a little thumbs up for the video and tag along for next week's video. Lots and lots of love, and I hope you will bring in the singing bowl into your practice in the future. Bye bye!